Joe Cerrone.
And Alan Rosen.
Welcome to CAD 134 and our weekly Zoom classroom meeting. This week we're covering Module 9, Chapter 9 from the textbook. Your instructions are to watch the video lecture for Chapter 9, complete Exercise 1, which is to draw the chair for the conference room here. And I put that chair in the module content. And then we will place the chairs in the conference room, save the two drawings, the chair and the conference room, and turn those two drawings into the assignment folder for Module 9. And so straight from the book, Module 9, as we take a look at it, open the conference room, which we've been working on in chapters 1 through 5. And then we'll use the block command to bring in the conference room chair. Well, we didn't draw that chair, so we have to either go back to the chapter 5 to pull up that geometry, or I've given that to you. And so if you go to content, and then our exercises here, here's a PDF of the conference room chair. It's taken straight from the textbook. It's a little wonky in this area here, the back cushion, as far as the dimensions go. They left you some artistic freedom, in my opinion. And then if we take a look at the actual drawing itself, the drawing itself will look like this. I was able to put it onto a B-size architectural title block at 3 inches to 1. It's actually quite large. As I went through and I worked on this, I thought maybe it'd be a good idea to actually make it part of the conference room drawing and then make it like a detail. And I think that would be kind of a neat thing, where if you wanted to do something like that, what you could do is you could select it, edit, copy with a base point. I'm just going to put one right there. And then if I go back to my conference room, which we're going to talk about, and then I drop it in the model space. And model space is this infinite drawing board. You can just put stuff all over the place. You don't necessarily want to spread everything out. But what you can then do is come back to your architectural title block. And I have done this with the title block by the author as well. It's just not as, I don't think it's as robust. It does work. In the later chapters, we'll go through and add some of the text just to continue to follow, to be on task, but we feel our title block is a little bit better. And then if I were to go and want to add this, what I would do is I would make this viewport active, make it current, that layer current. And typically I like to draw like a circle, and before I do, what I would do is I'd probably scotch this over. As you start working with viewports, especially in interior design type work, turn off that snap. Create a circular geometry, and then convert that to a viewport. Then find your chair detail. And we can kind of set that at a scale.
Try 1-to-1, Joe.
There you go. Very nice. And so we can add those details. If you want, you can also turn off the viewports, just go to a different layer, and then you can hide those. Sometimes it looks better when they float like that. And so that's not a bad way to start to incorporate a number of these features that we're working on within AutoCAD. And so the assignment is to create the title block for to create the conference room furniture plan, and then there are blocks with this other, there's a conference room telephone and there's a couple of plants, and you can get that geometry from the content section. Go back in as a student. In Module 9, Lab 9. And so we have the instructions. They give you the distance and the spacing for the chairs. You have to draw the chair up. Here's the telephone drawing. Here's the conference room phone. And essentially what you can do is you can download that file, open it, go to model space, and then you can copy and paste that phone into the drawing by selecting edit, copy with a base point, and then selecting the geometry, enter, and then go to the other drawings and paste it. All right, and so we've done quite a bit of work with the layouts. Now the idea is to start to improve the way the drawing looks and the quality of it. And chapter 10, we'll start getting into working more with the hotel suite. And so we'll visit that next week. But once we get to that 10 point, we'll start to really move things along with that hotel room project. Due dates, chapter 9 is due November 6th, 11:59. And then we'll cover chapter 10 next week. And we'll make that due on November 13th. And then as we go through, you can see the outline of topics or the upcoming events here in our calendar. Alrighty, Al, is there anything else that we want to talk about? Anything I might have missed?
Just making sure that students are aware that we're going to be in Skokie campus on Sunday.
That's right. So if you want some in-person tutoring, in-person help, come in on Sunday morning, and we'll be there between 8:30 and 12:30. With that, I'm going to end the Zoom meeting and open things up for questions.